Sarvadharmasthapakatvam sarvadharmaswarupakaha acharyanam mahacharyo Ramakrishna te namah. O establisher of all the faiths, embodiment of all the religions, the greatest teacher among all the teachers, O Sri Ramakrishna, my salutations to you. Now at this Sinti Brahmo Samaj at Beni Madhav Pal's house, where the Brahmo devotees are celebrating their semi-annual festivities, the devotee asked this doubt to Sri Ramakrishna about God being formless or with form. And Sri Ramakrishna has beautifully answered that question, that how the same God which is formless takes up the form of the idol for the sake of the love of the devotees. And he gave that example of the vast body of ocean, the huge ocean body. There is no beginning, there is no end, it is a shoreless ocean. But with the cooling influence of the devotee's love, this water of the ocean, it condenses, it gets solidified into ice. Some ice peck there, some ice peck there, some ice peck there. And God assumes all these different forms for the sake of his devotees. And as the knowledge of the sun of knowledge, it comes up the horizon, all these ice blocks, they melt away, becoming one with water. Now there is no ice block, there is only the vast body of water. So Sri Ramakrishna says, this happens only after the self-realization. Now till such time that we don't have the self-realization, this I will persist. My distinction, although I may say this is not real, but it is I who am saying this is not real, it will take me a great amount of effort to reach that stage where I say nothing exists, only the Brahman remains. Then Brahma Satya Jagat Mithya, when that stage is reached, then one is not able to speak at all. Then Sri Ramakrishna says, one becomes totally silent after getting that self-realization. All this debate, all this jugglery of words, all this fighting, it continues only till I have not got that self-realization. Till I am yet to reach that point of oneness. Till the salt doll doesn't enter the waters of the sea. Once the salt doll enters the waters of the sea, there is no separate existence for the salt doll at all. It just dissolves, it just merges into that water. And then Sri Ramakrishna says, till such time that this I, it does not get evaporated. Till this I, it does not get destroyed. What to do? He says, convert this I into a servant and the master relationship with the Lord. Consider this I as the child of the Divine Mother. Consider this I as the friend of the great Lord. That's how Sri Ramakrishna says that consider it. Just surrender this I, surrender this unripe I to being the servant of the master or the child of the mother or the friend of the great friend. So this is what Sri Ramakrishna has answered the doubts of this devotee, whether God has form or God is formless. And he says, you are all devotees. You all sing the praises of the Lord. You all chant the name of the Lord. Continue on that path. And then this devotee has another two questions now. He says, sir, is it possible for one to see God? Now, we can all worship the idols. We can worship the images. We can worship the deities. But can I actually see the God? Can I actually see my mother? And then Sri Ramakrishna says, yes, you can certainly see. He can surely be seen. That is Sri Ramakrishna's assurance to the devotees. He can surely be seen. One can see his forms and one can realize his formless aspects also. So Sri Ramakrishna says that, can you weep for God? Again, Sri Ramakrishna puts that question to the people who are in the, actively engaged in the household duties. Sri Ramakrishna says, can you weep for him with intense longing of heart? Men shed jugful of tears for the sake of their children. Men shed jugful of tears for their wives. Men shed jugful of tears for earning money. Can you shed even a tear for the Lord? That is Sri Ramakrishna's earnest request to the householders. Who weeps for God? That is the real question. We weep for all these things. I want this, I want that, I want that, I want that. But who can really weep that I want God? I want to see God. I want to see my mother. So long as the child remains engrossed with his toys, Sri Ramakrishna says, the mother remains busy with doing all her cooking and other household works. Till the time the child is engrossed with the toys, mother has got the free time to take care of the entire household for that matter. But when the child no longer relishes the toys, it throws them aside and starts yelling for mother, starts crying for mother. Oh mother, where are you? Oh mother, where are you? And the moment child starts yelling for its mother, the moment child starts crying for its mother, mother will just take out the pot from the hearth, whichever she is cooking, maybe a pot of rice or pot of dal, and she won't even look at whether it has been completely cooked or not. She will just rush to the child one moment she hears the little child's cry. Then the mother takes the rice pot down from the hearth, runs in haste, and takes the child in her arms. That is how Sri Ramakrishna says, cry to mother, weep for the Lord, give me that knowledge, let me see who are you, give me that devotion, give me that love for your lotus feet. If you are able to cry, if you are able to shed even one tear for the Lord, not even, Lord doesn't need your jugful of tears. And we all know that shedding jugful of tears for the children, for the wife, for the spouse, for the money, for the house, for the property, do we get anything permanent out of it? No. These are all the temporary reliefs. But for the Lord, even if shed one tear, that is good enough to the Lord to bless us with His grace. So this is one aspect that Sri Ramakrishna has answered, whether we can see that yes, you have that sincerity, have that yearning, have that desperation to see the Lord, and you will see it. That's what Sri Ramakrishna says with certainty. And then the devotee asks that why are there so many different opinions about the nature of God? Some say God has form, while others say that He is formless. Again, those who speak of God with form tell us about His different forms. I mean, God has a form, has in our Hindu tradition that we say there are some 3 crore 33 lakh deities, so many deities with the forms. So first of all, the confusion whether God has form, God without form. Then if God has form, why all these forms? We have the Lord in the form of 10 avatars of Vishnu, then also other extended avatars. So all these kind of this is creating so much confusion, that which God then is the real God. So this is what this devotee says. Why all this controversy? First of all, God with form or without form, that is a different matter. But even God with form, there are so many forms. Why all this controversy? And then Sri Ramakrishna's answer to this. Sri Ramakrishna says, a devotee thinks of God as he sees Him. In reality, there is no confusion about God. Some say God has form, while others say He is formless. That's fine. You haven't set your foot in that direction as of yet, Sri Ramakrishna says. You have not set your foot in the to find the formless aspect of the God. Right now, you are just getting to know the form of the God. How can you expect to know all about God just at the start of the journey? As many faiths, so many paths. Sri Ramakrishna has said, Joto mat tato path. As many perceptions, as many devotees, every devotee will create a deity as per his or her perceptions, Sri Ramakrishna says. So why get into all that confusion? You stick to what you want to worship. And then Sri Ramakrishna says, now he's telling a story. Sri Ramakrishna says, listen to a story. Once a man entered a wood and saw a small animal on tree. He came back and told another man that he had seen a creature, beautiful red color on certain tree. Such a beautiful red colored creature I have seen. Second man replied, oh, but when I went into the wood, I also saw that animal. But why do you call it red? It is green in color. It is not red, it is green in color. I have seen it. Then the third man comes. No, you both are wrong. I have also seen it. It is gray in color. The fourth man comes. He said, no, it is yellow in color. And all the fight starts. One has seen it as red, another has seen it as green, another has seen it as gray, another has seen it as yellow. So there is all the presently others arrived and contended that it was grey, violet, blue and so forth and so on. At last they started quarrelling among themselves. So there was a big fight. To settle the dispute, they all went to look at the tree. They saw a man sitting under the tree. The same tree, one man is sitting there. And on being asked, he replied, have you seen that creature there? He said, yes, very much. I live here only. I sit here. I live under this tree. I know that animal very well. He said, you are all fighting for the sake of that animal. I know that animal very well. All your descriptions are true. This is what the learned man finally tells all the scores of people who have been fighting whether that creature was red in color, yellow in color, blue in color, purple in color. All your descriptions are true. Sometimes it appears red, sometimes it appears yellow, sometimes it is blue, sometimes it is gray, sometimes it is violet. It is a chameleon, and sometimes it has no color at all. Now it has a color, now it is colorless. So this is the story through which Sri Ramakrishna has explained the great truth about all these different forms of God that we have. 3 crore 33 devata, that is what normally is said in the Hindu tradition. 3 crore 33 million of deities. Each devotee perceives the reality as per his or her own perception and creates a form. God creates that form as per the wishes, as per the desires of the devotee. I want my God to be four-armed. I want my God to hold a conch, a discus, and a mace, all these things in one hand each. I want to see my mother four-armed. I want to see my mother with 10 hands, the Dashabhuja. It is all my perception, which the God, which the ultimate reality takes that form. So Sri Ramakrishna says, know that story of chameleon, that all the colors are true. It is red, it is blue, it is yellow, it is purple, it is gray, and sometimes it is colorless too. So the God has all these forms, and at the same time the God is formless too. In the like manner, Sri Ramakrishna says, one who constantly thinks of God can know his real nature. He can actually see face to face. He alone knows that God reveals himself to seekers in various forms and aspects. And then that realization dawns. God has taken this shape for my sake. God has taken this form for my sake. God has, from the nirguna, God has become saguna for my sake. God has attributes. Then again, he has none. He is saguna as well as nirguna. Only the man who lives under the tree knows that the chameleon can appear in various colors, and he knows further that the animal at times has no color at all. He is the real Vijnani. What Sri Ramakrishna had taught us about the difference between Jnani and the Vijnani. That ultimately it is the same material which has gone into constructing, creating the steps as well as the roof. The same sand, the same soil, the same bricks, the same brick dust, the same lime, the same mortar. So, at times, it is formless and it assumes so many different forms as well. And then Sri Ramakrishna quotes what Saint Kabir used to say. He says, Saint Kabir used to say, the formless aspect of God is my father, but God with form, he is my mother. The great saints, they believed in both. Adi Shankaracharya, who was a staunch non-dualist, also believed in the God with form. He created so many stotras, so many hymns he has created for all the gods and goddesses. So that is the real person with the knowledge, the man with knowledge. That is the ultimate realization that it is the God alone who has become everything. God reveals himself in the form which his devotee loves most. His love for the devotee knows no bounds. It is written in the Purana that God assumed the form of Rama for his heroic devotee Hanuman. Now, in the Puranas it is written that it is not that first Rama was born and then Hanuman. No, the Puranas say because of Hanuman's love for God, the Almighty appeared to birth as Rama. Because of the love of Hanuman for that Rama. So that is how Sri Ramakrishna explains how God assumes form for the sake of his devotees. And at the same time, the God is formless. And we can actually see if we have that yearning, if we cry, if we weep, then Mother will come and take us on her lap. Om Namah Shri Bhagavate Ramakrishnaaya. Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. Jai Thakur, Jai Ma, Jai Swami.